Hey, Nerdy Sports Fan here. We're talking Week 14 NFL action, and this week we have the Baltimore Ravens going to visit my hometown Buffalo Bills. Now, obviously, this game is close to my heart, so opinion might be a little biased here. Anyways, the Ravens 10-2, Bills 9-3. Ravens have some statement wins. They have gone up against the Patriots and clobbered them. They just beat San Francisco last week. Big teams that they beat. The best team that the Bills have beaten is Dallas. So that's why the conversation is leaning heavily towards Baltimore right now. I liked what the Bills' Micah Hyde said the other day when he said, look, I'm done apologizing for the schedule that we have. Okay? They can't control the teams that they play against. They can't. They can just play that schedule, and they're one game behind Baltimore. There is something to be said for that. Now, both offensive coordinators have been tasked with being quite creative in making a not so conventional quarterback work well in today's NFL. And man, if Lamar Jackson is not just showing out with that. Greg Roman has done very good things in the past with San Francisco and Kaepernick, so he's got history here. He also had a stop in Buffalo when they had Tyrod Taylor. So a mobile quarterback is nothing new for Greg Roman. He's very well versed in it, and this is the best version of a running quarterback offense I've ever seen. It actually focuses strictly on the strengths of Lamar Jackson, and damn the torpedoes. I love it. I love what Greg Roman is doing in Baltimore. Now, in Buffalo, they have a mobile quarterback. That's not as much of a feature as it is for Lamar Jackson. For the most part, his yards on the run come scrambling, not with any sort of design to them, although they have put in some designed runs for Josh Allen, which I love seeing. The guy got a 36-yard run out of a planned run, RPO sort of play. So both teams can really hurt you with the quarterback's legs. Both passers have looked better this year than they did last year. Lamar, much more so than Josh Allen, but both have improved drastically as passers as compared to their rookie years. They both have very good offensive lines in front of them. Both teams know how to run the ball. Both teams play very good defense. The Bills' defense is far better. They don't get recognized for as good as they are because they're not built like other defenses. They don't have the standout big name that everybody knows. They don't have the guy that just jumps off the page at you when you're reading a stat line or, when you're just reading names. They don't have any, okay? They don't have the name recognition. They just work really, really, really well as a unit. The defensive line rotates a lot of guys in to keep them fresh. They don't have a lot of depth at linebacker. They don't need a lot of depth at linebacker. They have three standout guys in Matt Milano, Tremaine Edmonds, and Lorenzo Alexander. Sorry, just kind of brain farted there for a minute. But all of these guys are going to be needed. They are fast and underrated. And last week, San Francisco's defense was able to hold this Baltimore team to only 20 points. Problem is they got held to 17. More of a problem of San Francisco's offense than the Ravens' defense. San Francisco lost Emmanuel Sanders. They lost Matt Breida. And, well, I don't know. Jimmy G can do really, really great things in this offense. I didn't see him have total command of a football field like I did when Emmanuel Sanders was in the lineup for this team. He just added a different dimension to what Garoppolo was able to do on the field. And Deebo Samuel's coming on well, but yeah, you don't have any sort of reference from Jimmy G to Josh Allen here. Josh Allen can take over a game on his own, much like Baltimore's Lamar Jackson can. They are very evenly matched. The offense for Baltimore has better names and more polish. The offense for Buffalo really relies on Josh Allen having a fantastic game. That's been coming a little bit more frequently of late. So the Bills are peaking at the right time for when the games are getting more important for them. And I really like this matchup. I like this matchup because Baltimore is the only team that Baltimore sees as being like itself. And the Bills are very similar. They have strong defenses, mobile quarterbacks, and receivers that don't beat you up on the line. They just get separation with strong running games. They are the most similarly built offenses in the league. It's a matter of, does the offensive talent being better for Baltimore matter as much as the defensive talent being better for Buffalo? That's it. Does one team's strength outweigh the other team's strength? We're going to find out. The betting line is 5.5-point favorite for Baltimore. This is not because Baltimore is much more likely to win. It is balancing betting habits. People forget about that part of betting lines. The reason betting lines are the way they are is to manage betting. They're trying to get people to bet on one side a certain amount because they think the other side is going to win. And they're trying to find that line just as close as they can to entice people into betting. Being only 5.5-point favorites, a lot of people are going to bet the Ravens with this line. Who would benefit from that if the Bills were to win? Or even just do really well in this game? Vegas. And they're doing things for them to make money. So yes, this game is going to be close. And the Bills have a much stronger chance of winning than anybody gives them credit for. As far as fantasy football goes, both Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen have the potential to have great games or terrible games. They are going up against some of the strongest competition they've had all season. Lamar has had a strong competition game, more so than Josh Allen has. So Lamar's still the better bet here to have a good fantasy performance, but he is going up against a better defense. I understand San Francisco is leading in a lot of categories. I get it. But as people get hurt, you're seeing some holes. Quan Alexander left enough holes for Lamar Jackson to really do well at least in the first half, against San Francisco. And the Bills are healthy. The Bills are fully healthy right now. So their better stat lines are still going to be right now. You know, they don't have anybody that's important to their defense that's fallen off. So I do see them as a better suited team to defend Lamar Jackson than San Francisco. And I see the Bills with a very strong chance to win. I would say it's a coin flip, and because of that, I'm going to have to go with Buffalo here. They're playing at home. And fantasy-wise, start Lamar still. Start Josh Allen still. They are high risk, both, because they're playing better defenses than they normally do. But they do enough with their legs to balance out fantasy scoring. So you still want to start them. I still anticipate 20-plus performances out of both. Devin Singletary and Mark Ingram, both need to be started. This is going to be a run-centric game. This will not be a lot of scoring. It will be ball movement, though. And I would anticipate both Mark Ingram and Devin Singletary to get a lot of action in this game. Not so much for the receivers. So John Brown, Cole Beasley, they get downgraded a bit. Snead, Hollywood Brown, downgraded. Mark Andrews is still going to be a strong target for Baltimore. The Bills are going to be worried enough about the run and the running attack from the quarterback that a lot of the middle of the field is going to be open for Andrews to really do some damage. As I said earlier, 5.5-point favorites, Ravens, I bet the Bills all day. I think they're going to win, but more importantly, I think that even if they do lose, they're going to play Baltimore far closer than other people think they are going to. So bet the Bills, because this is going to be intensely close regardless of which way it goes. Hit me up in the rest of my videos for more fantasy football advice. Like and subscribe if you enjoy the content, guys.